Hello, everyone. Another live today because there's so much news to talk about, and unfortunately, it's not looking like the outcome that we hoped for, and I'm sure all of you agree. So, just to recap this morning, we heard that uh, investigators served a search warrant to excavate part of the Chiquita. Is that how you pronounce it?
It's Chiquita, but it's actually called Valverde landfill is what it is.
So it's a landfill. It's located at 29201 Henry Mayo Drive.
Yeah. It's Santa Clarita.
And they're looking for the apparent remains of Heidi Planck and any related evidence to the case. So they also said in their statement, this being the LAPD, that we know for sure there are people out there who know what happened, who know the truth about what's gone on with Heidi. So that's really interesting. I will read the full LAPD statement just after we watch Jim's statement. And for those of you who are new, Jim is the ex-husband whose court documents we shared, the full court documents we shared 6 days ago. And we learned that the story that he's been telling about co-parenting quite well with Heidi doesn't seem to be true. He has put Heidi through a ton of just crap. The court documents even say that the judge said this is a frivolous matter. Like, why are you bringing this to us? And he's done some crazy stuff, like, you know, when they first separated, he got her key to her bedroom door copied and would go in and steal her leather jackets and her jewelry and stuff like that, as well as her social security number card or whatever, and hid it from her and then blamed it on Jose, the painter. So that's just one small example of the way that he's tormented her over the years. Not to say that Jim is involved, but certainly his actions don't make me feel very confident that
they don't match his words.
Liar. Yeah. So I don't know. He may be one of those people, but let's see what he has to say.
Amy.
After this commercial break. It won't let me surpass it either.
Yeah. That's okay. By the way, Big Bang is a terrible show, so don't watch it.
I'd like to give a brief statement. I've worked with the LAPD quite a bit over the last 6-7 weeks. I can't tell you how grateful I am to the LAPD. All of Heidi's friends that have been helpful, the news media that's been helpful. The one place that I think that we need some help, and the reason why I'm doing this today is for a little bit of public appeal. We need the public to understand. We still need a little bit of help. We know for sure that there are people out there who know what has happened, who know the truth about what's gone on with Heidi. We need somebody to step forward and please fill in some of the blanks. We know that LAPD is doing everything they can. The homicide division has worked very, very hard on this. They've worked with me, they've worked with their friends, they've worked with the building downtown, and we need some answers. But we know for sure that there are some people that are not coming forward that know the truth. I think most of you now know that I have an 11-year-old boy at home. Our 11-year-old boy needs to know what has happened to his mom. And that's why I'm making appeal to the press today to say we need some help. So however we can do it to get out there to say we need some help. I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't have the number for the LAPD. There's a hotline number to call in. It's an anonymous number. You can leave your name, you can leave your number, leave a statement, but we need some help. LAPD has worked hard on this, as I said, but we need to fill in a few more blanks. I think the news can help with that number and put it up when you guys post this tonight or whenever you do. But we need some help from the people. Thank you.
Would you like to share with us what the communique has been leading up to today? Did they kind of give you some information that took place for this?
LAPD has been in contact with me from the very beginning. I did the missing persons report. I've talked to them on a daily basis, sometimes 5 or 6 times a day, sometimes maybe just once. Sometimes they're just, following a lead. Sometimes they're just asking a few, minor questions. But it's been a bumpy ride for sure. We have a very good support system at home. Our child has a very good support system at school, so he's doing well, but we still need some answers.
You had held a vigil. Everyone, all friends and family, had so much hope, and you guys wanted answers. You have not given up hope. To read in the press release today from the LAPD that forensic evidence located inside that building, which led detectives to believe an incident occurred, resulting in Plank's death. What's your reaction to that?
It's really difficult, guys. Because we all cared for Heidi a lot. I'm her ex-husband and I'm doing this. We have a child together. An 11-year-old boy needs some answers. The family needs some answers. The friends need answers. Everybody's kind of left in the loop with no answers. I do understand the building downtown that the police have focused on. The building owners and the property managers have been very helpful with the police department. But we still need some answers.
Any idea why Heidi was at that building?
I have no idea. As you all know, with missing persons report from the very beginning, she left a football game with our son, and that was the last time that we saw her. We didn't see her since then. Bond did have a text message with her that night, but we haven't seen her since then. I have no idea what that building does, what the significance is. I've heard a lot of chatter from a lot of different places, but I have nothing really to share with you on that. I can tell you that this is, as you can imagine, it's very difficult for the family. And then that has a domino effect all the way back. So it affects all of our families. It affects all of our friends, with our son at school, and the football team, and all the people that, are part of our unique community of the support system. They've been so helpful, but it has an effect, a domino effect on all of us. And obviously, by the way her friends have turned out, the way the family has turned out, she had a dominant effect with all of us. So that's why we're all here. We're just trying to find Heidi and get some answers.
Have detectives shared with you why they're focusing on Estate and why the search has led them there?
They did. They did share with me. I think we can all surmise how that has happened. I don't want to speculate, put too much speculation out there. They know for sure that's what's happened. Like I said, we have an 11-year-old son at home. To protect him as much as we can, as you'd want to do with your own children. I'm sure you can all pretty much understand what we're doing. But the police, the forensics, have taken them to this place. And I'm fully confident that they will figure this out. It's just going to take a little bit. I think to redirect us back to the point that I'm trying to make with you people is to help get that message out that we need some public appeal. We need somebody. There is somebody, and they know for sure. There's anywhere between 1 and 4 or 5 people that will know exactly what's happened. And we need them to come forward.
Can I ask why you say 1 or 4 or 5? You did say somebody.
When I was one of my many meetings with the detectives, I personally have gone downtown to the police department downtown. There's been a speculation of anywhere between 1 and 5 different people know what's happened. They haven't released to me any more than that, but that came up in our conversations.
If I may,
Please.
Today we found out that her Range Rover was found a few blocks away.
Correct.
First, did you know that prior to today? Secondly, do you know where that location is? And thirdly, forgive me, but do you want to speak to the people who may be connected to that underground parking structure to make it clear to them?
Yes, I did know about the car. I've known about the car for quite a while. Its specific location, yes, I did know about the specific location of the car. I did know about all that. Anything else past that, I don't know. I left that up to the detectives. I'm telling you, they're doing a great job. They
But
really
are you surprised 6 to 7 weeks in that, in a high-rise building in downtown LA where we know that she was at that building, that surveillance video hasn't identified other people that may have been with her or an apartment that she went to, that, the technology at these buildings, they capture almost everything. The car going, is there anything you can say regarding that you still have so many questions?
I'm absolutely shocked. It's mind-blowing that in today's technology that it didn't pinpoint something right away. I can't tell you. I'm really shocked. I can't answer that kind of a question. They can do anything. We don't know. And who the people that will know is the LAPD's homicide division, and their forensic department is certainly the best in the country. So we are relying as a family, as friends, we're relying on them to do their job. And when some things have happened to maybe some of the tapes, maybe some of the cameras weren't working, I'm sure they're going to figure it out. These guys are really good.
Is that speculation though, or did detectives tell you that some of the tapes were tampered with?
Nobody's told me anything, but I've heard this chatter going on for quite a while. I've heard it. I've heard a lot of things being said. All I can believe is what Greg Stearns, the homicide detective, and Corey keep telling me. They're only dealing in facts.
Do you think there's anyone that would have wanted to hurt Heidi?
I can't imagine so. I really can't. I can't imagine so. But do you understand? I'm also the ex-husband. Heidi and I separated 9 years ago. Not on bad terms. We weren't. We talked every day. She's not that kind of a person. She's not. She's not that kind of an individual.
On the text message after the football game,
Yes.
is there a reply?
Yes.
And if you don't mind sharing, what was the text reply?
If I remember correctly, she wanted to congratulate him on his win. he told her there was they had a big win, and she said congratulations. I can't tell you. I don't even remember that. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know about it until probably a week later, and I had said to the detective that we hadn't seen or talked to her, and Vaughn said, yes, I did. And I was like, no, you didn't. And there was, I think we were down, actually, I think I was downtown with the news crew downtown. And he said he did. So I think that's when we discovered it.
How is your second?
As you can imagine, 11-year-old boy, it's not supposed to be like this. It's not. And I feel really bad for him, and he's a real trooper. He's doing okay. He is. We have a great support system at home. He has a wonderful support community at school. Heidi's girlfriends have been extremely supportive, and that's been really good for him as well. So he has people. He knows people love him. He knows that we're trying to find the right answers.
There's been reporting about where Heidi worked, investigations going on involving that business. Specifically, you had said that you'd gotten a phone call regarding the investigation into that business. Anything you want to say about that? Any developments in that? Is that even related to this?
I'd kind of like to steer back into the public appeal point, because I think that part's really important. Anything else, I think, is pure speculation. And if they're doing something on that side, if the police are working on that side, they have not shared anything with me like that. Nothing. So I couldn't say. But I'm telling you, these people are like the law agencies. They're in force. These guys have our back. So if there's something in there, they're going to find out. They're going to find out. They'll figure it out.
Anything you want to say just about how the rest of the community that's been part of this search for Heidi, her friends, how they're doing with this news today? You talked about your reaction, but seeing those aerials of the landfill, I mean, any reaction from the wider? I know there's been a lot of people involved trying to help you.
There have been. There's Heidi's friends have been front and center and very, very helpful. I can tell you this is really difficult on the friends too. Her friends are like family to us. Always have been and always will. That will never change. I can tell you they're not doing so good either. They're not. It's all surprising. And by the way, guys, there's no playbook on this. Nobody tells you what to say and what to do and how to do it. Nobody has that. So, when this whole thing started, I got a little flack about not doing it soon enough. We have our custodial time. When she didn't pick up on her custodial time, I went, okay, guys, I agree. Something's wrong. There's something wrong. And that's why I right away went to the LAPD and did the missing persons report. Her friends immediately kind of gathered around us and have been a support system for us. And I hope that we have been a support system for them. And when I say there's no playbook, I mean it's like there's kind of bickering and arguing. No, we should do this. No, we should do that. And it's like I said, there's no playbook. So everybody has their direction. And we've had to completely really rely on the LAPD. And I'm happy that they're there because they have our backs.
And speaking of their friends, they were so relentless that they were able to track down some security video for the day of their disappearance. What do you make of that work on their part, A? And secondly, have you been able to speak to LAPD about the veracity of that video?
Okay, so first of all, on her friends, They're right behind you. That tells you how supportive they are because they're right here, right now. Okay, the other question, sorry.
Oh, the video that they tracked down, of Heidi walking her dog outside
Down in the alley.
Right.
In the alley.
Right. Have you spoken to LAPD about that video?
I did. I spoke to them about the video. They right away let me know before it even came out. They let me know that they had this video. They had a timestamp on it. I did talk to them about it. Other than that, what I had noticed was she didn't seem to have her bag with her, and she didn't have a jacket on or a sweater on that she may have had at the game. So I was a little suspect. Well, like she must be in that building. She didn't have her purse, but she'd have to have her keys for a car. So that's all I know. But it's all coming out. And like I said again, it's like the public appeal here is to get to somebody. So somebody's going to listen and hear this and say, okay, I know something. I didn't think anything about it before, but I did see something. So somebody's going to have heard or seen or felt something was wrong, and they'll call that anonymous number. We're going to get some answers. I'm fully convinced today we will get to the bottom of this. Like I said, I think we all need answers. Our family needs the answers. I think the community of friends, for sure, that's gathered around needs some answers. Anything else?
Yeah, deep breath. So, once again, Jim's story has changed. I'm assuming, and the commenters picked up on this because the police likely told him to zip up. But for me, I am confused as to if they found her car on November 4th and think that there's 1 to 5 people floating around in downtown LA who have potentially murdered somebody and done that despicable thing to dispose of the body of Heidi. What took them so long? Why aren't they searching more? Why are they relying on Jim saying, well, come forward? What the hell?
Yeah,
Sorry, that's just
what's
weird
going
to
on.
me.
Yeah.
And so I'll read the statement by the Los Angeles police. I'll put it up here just in case you guys want to see as well. I'll zoom in here. I'll skip through that. On October 29th, the Robbery Homicide Division assumed investigative responsibility for the missing persons case. We wondered about why that was, but apparently the missing persons division often works with the homicide division. It's a staffing thing. So since that time, detectives have worked tirelessly to gather leads related to Plank's disappearance. The investigation has revealed Plank was last seen on October 17th. We know that. At an apartment complex. We know that. Her dog was found in the building. Yes. Forensic evidence was located inside the building, which has led detectives to believe an incident occurred resulting in Plank's death.
That's the most important part of the whole thing to me.
Forensic
personally.
evidence. So
Yeah.
what kind of evidence? Don't think too hard, but
Well,
what
forensic
could they-
DNA, blood,
Yeah.
something like that.
I know, but
And the
to
word,
get DNA and then to assume that she died, that's a whole other thing. That's not a drop of blood.
the word
that's-
incident is huge, I think.
Yeah. An incident. On November 4th, her Range Rover was discovered in the subterranean parking garage of a residential building located several blocks. That's, I'm assuming, the parking lot right across the street. That, right? The Staples one?
There's no underground there.
Ah.
They are one of the Staples parking lots.
Okay.
Underground.
Parking garage.
Even the one that I went and talked to the man that one day when I was on the live.
Yeah.
Even That one does not have underground. So it has to be an underground for another building there. It's not the separate buildings, the public parking that I saw, at least that I know of, don't have underground. They have many levels, just not underground. So I'm assuming it would be right a few blocks away. So another apartment building, possibly.
Further investigation has led investigators to the Chiquita Canyon landfill. Talked about that. There's currently no suspect information, and yet they somehow think that 1 to 5 people, according to Jim. I thought that was part of the statement, and it's not. But this was also new. So this morning, LAPD detectives, along with the assistance of the LAPD,
The medical examiner went out there. So
right, medical examiner went out there. They're serving a search warrant at the landfill. We know that. It's anticipated the search and recovery operation could take approximately 7 to 10 days to complete. There have been an impact on community members who live around the Chiquita Canyon landfill. Efforts are made to minimize and mitigate that impact. We ask for community understanding support. So if you guys need any help, please, or have any information, please contact this number. Jim didn't know it, but please write this down if you have any information or any leads, or this number right here for after hours. But that is the statement. So, yeah.
where to start? Yeah.
Where to start?
I was down there on the 4th. I was videotaping on the 4th. I have video from the 4th. That's the day I went.
And yet you
Review the
didn't see
apartments.
any
I
police.
did. Remember,
Oh, you
I
did
said
see police
there were a lot of
activity.
police
You
there
did.
that day, and a lot of
Yes.
helicopters, and a ton of traffic. Yeah, I mean, it was active, very active, and I don't believe, I could be wrong, but I don't believe there was a Staples event that night. So the police presence that's why I mentioned it that night.
Mhm.
There was a lot of police presence. I mean, it's downtown LA, but more than usual
Mhm.
around that building.
So in the comments, guys, I'm going to share the link to the Chiquita Canyon if anyone wants to do some digging. I actually started digging on this, and I don't want to say too much because I don't know how much, like, if they're involved or whatever, but there is a lawsuit that's going on around this landfill, and that it's being improperly used. Just, putting it out there. There's a lawsuit, and yeah, who knows? They couldn't be, they might not be involved at all. But the fact that there's a lawsuit around, I don't know.
I have to say, I lived there up in Santa Clarita I raised my kids there. So I lived there for 20 years, over 23 years. And it's near the Angeles Forest. It's about an hour away a little over an hour away from downtown in regular traffic. And actually Val Verde's even further. So it's probably like an hour and a half max.
Yes.
They find bodies there a lot in that area, in the forest there, in the canyon there. And
someone went to lengths.
Such a hard day.
It was a hard day. I think probably everyone on our Discord shed some tears today.
I think so too. And I've been in touch with, I'm going to say it because he gave me complete permission, but I've been in touch with her cousin Trey.
Yeah.
And it's very hard for them right now. And
I can't even like think about it too much because like I'll just start crying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just can't.
Yeah.
It's happening. I just can't.
I know. Don't.
I can't. I know.
Yeah,
we have to. I know. Yeah. We have to friggin' find out like who did this.
Justice for Heidi is definitely. I'm not letting this go.
I'll share it. There's
some
a
answers
Facebook group.
need to be had.
This is a landfill compliance thing that was shared on her Discord. Thanks to Ali, she found this. Just looking at, yeah, I mean they're just raising money to
pirates.
Yeah, we both did.
Yeah,
we both did. So I'll share the live stream. If you guys want to call in, feel free. We'd love to hear your thoughts, even if you just want to wish the family well. And if you want to join our Discord, we're fired up now. Like, oof. Yes, sure, we start with sadness, but it's gonna come to anger pretty quickly. I feel it bubbling inside. No one does that to someone we care about. Exactly. And we didn't even know her personally. But what we do know is that her friends say she was wonderful to be around. Trey has said that as well. She just lit up the room. And we know that she cared about her son so much. And now her son doesn't have a mom. Like, to me, that's horrible. So horrible. Ugh. Okay, so if we don't have any call-ins, I will say that we are going to be speaking.
Do we have the link up there? Oh, okay, we do.
Yeah, I did put the link up. I'll put it up one more time. But have we confirmed the interview yet, John?
You know what? I haven't. I touched base today, and I let him know that what was going on this side, and that I would contact him soon.
Okay.
To set that up.
I mean, I think he reached out. He reached out to us to talk.
Exactly, so I think and I'd love to see what he has to say.
So the person who reached out to get an interview from us is Derek Galanis from the Galanis crime family. And he wants to talk about his family. And he doesn't have nice words to say about them so far. So we'll ask pointed questions around this investigation because I want to know if they're involved. Do you know this person? Do you know that person? Have you heard this name? Does this face look familiar? I want to know everything that could go on and what kind of tactics they've used in the past to make problems disappear.
I would also love to hear what he has to say about the current status.
Yeah. What his reaction is. If this is normal, if this is just another day, you know? So, I mean,
Lily.
question.
Thank you, Lily.
Go ahead.
Just want to acknowledge
that. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. So questions still remain. Why?
So many.
Why have they been silent? Do they have somebody in custody? Why do they think 1 to 5 people knew? Why, haven't they sent people out looking for murderers the last few weeks?
That's concerning. I know it's downtown LA, but come on. If there are people walking around just randomly doing this, or even with purpose, this is not good. I mean, there should have been more done. Hi, Allie.
Hi, ladies.
Hi, Allie.
You both look so somber today.
Yeah.
Like I said, I skipped sad straight to mad because everybody has been kept so in the dark on everything. And I understand that they don't want the public to know things when they're going through an investigation, but keeping family in the dark is wrong, in my opinion.
Well, some of the family we're finding out did know, but very, very, very few.
Yeah.
I just wanted to call in and say thank you to both of you for all your hard work. I know I do a little bit of digging, and I also wanted to...
We couldn't do this without you.
I also wanted to, broadcast to everybody. We try to reach out to other media sources. We're not a 3-people show or a 2-people show. We are trying to present facts from a variety of perspectives.
Yes.
So anybody, if you feel like calling in, if you have an opinion, anything, please get in touch with us, because the more eyes we have on these cases, the more information that we can obtain
Information can change. I mean, it can
and
change.
spread. And hopefully, we're
Yeah.
going to have better outcomes in the future where we find people before they become homicide investigations.
Right.
Yeah. What we want to do is we want to find cases that we could all help with physically.
Yes.
So I am in the Vancouver area. Okay. I'm
If
in
you have,
like downtown Vancouver. So if you know anyone who's missing there, I'm always looking out. Same with Dawn, who's in the LA area or like nearby.
I can go
sort
in
of.
from San Diego to LA because I'm in Orange
anywhere
County.
upstate New York, all the way through to northern Ohio, I am willing to help with. So we have a group of people willing to help in multiple states and part of Canada.
And that's not to say we're done with this, because
No,
No,
not by any
we are,
means. We're
we
still.
are not by any means done
Justice
with
has
it.
I
not
just
been
wanted to point out
Yeah.
that we won't end just here either.
Oh, no.
We want to help people. We really all have good hearts
Mhm.
and want to help. And I am so incredibly heartbroken for Heidi's family right now and her son. Her son has
And our friends,
had a lot
everybody
well, he's been drugged through some stuff through
Yeah.
their divorce, and that has an impact on children.
I really hope he's
and-
getting counseling.
And I will say, I know that the court documents, not by us, but by
Right.
somebody else who found them before we even knew about them, has leaked the entire court doc. And there's some stuff in there that
Probably
No
shouldn't
one
be
should
in the
see.
public eye, right? And
no one
some of the
needs to see
stuff
that.
even I looked over with you guys, I wouldn't want
Well, and you know
for
what?
her
I
son,
believe,
because
I
this stuff will
honestly
be there
believe
in the
that Jim would
future.
protect. I believe that Jim and Maria will protect him from that as much as possible. I
He's
don't think-
11. He's already got access to the internet.
I-
There
I
are
bet
things that a
pretty
child
sh-
shouldn't see.
I'm pretty sure that they're monitoring.
And
Yeah.
that's also a good point, Dawn, is regardless of how Jim felt about Heidi,
Mhm.
it's clear he cares about his son.
Correct.
Absolutely.
And Lily said she knows Heidi and Jim, and Heidi was wonderful, and Jim is a good man. So you know what? Let's take my opinions out of there. And
Mhm.
regardless of how I feel Jim has treated Heidi in the past, if someone who knows him personally say he's a good man, then that's who I'm going to believe.
Excuse me.
Lily, if I don't know if you have contact with him, but let him know people are getting done. People are definitely. He requested public assistance. He wanted the public's
got
help. We are here, and we are definitely committed to getting some answers. So hopefully he knows that it's not
On
over.
that end, too, anything we speculate is just speculation. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We all know that.
Absolutely.
And we, as investigative people, have to look from all angles, which means, literally 9 out of 10 murders are committed by a spouse or somebody the person knows. So we're also going to investigate that side of things.
Everybody.
Like the Cleo, I'll bring it up. The Cleo case, the little girl in Australia who went missing, very, very small chance that it was some random stranger that scooped her up. Guess what? It was a random stranger.
Yep.
So that's part of the way we do things. Having said that, I will let you know that we're going to continue investigating this. This is, like Dawn said, like Ali said, This is not done. There is no justice that's been found. We've found where Heidi might be, but do we know what happened? No, we know nothing. This is the beginning, okay? This is the tip of the iceberg. Even though this isn't an outcome that we wanted.
To his family, her family, so.
And on the other
ourselves.
hand, we're also going to be doing a stream where we wrap up some of what we've done this year. So we have been involved in 4 cases so far. I think it's 4. So there was the Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie case, Leo Smith case in Australia,
Kylan and Crystal,
who we're still looking into.
Mm-hmm.
That's taken some odd turns.
That has taken some very interesting recent turns of events.
Yeah. Didn't expect it. Yeah. So
no,
we'll talk
I
about that.
fell out of my chair the other night.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Lily.
Lily, thank you for the laugh. Yes, it is surprising to know that he is humble, given everything we've heard. But I can only just send my love to everyone who's been connected to Heidi in any way, especially to Bond.
I know
So-
that for all three of us,
I have
and
been all day,
everybody
honey.
involved,
Mhm.
that we are very sorry to her son. And, you know, regardless of Jim's past doings, he now has to raise a little
He's got
boy who
a
hasn't
lot
got a
on his
mom
hands now.
likely.
Yeah.
And a dog who's probably grieving too. Dogs
Oh,
grieve
yes,
too.
dogs grieve. Dogs, cats, they grieve the loss of their owners. I worked in shelter for 7 years. I can tell you all about broken-hearted animals, and I was the one that worked in recovery of dogs that were broken-spirited. I managed them dogs, so.
Wow, that breaks my heart.
And her family is pretty torn up. Yeah.
Lovely people.
And sorry, I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh yes, honey. And for everybody, I've been all day combing through not only my footage, but I found some other footage of somebody that was randomly riding his bike downtown and has like a bunch of videos. I literally have had those on slow speed and mine all day long.
We'll share them with you too, Allie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please. I will overflow that into our Discord. Trust me, because it's time consuming.
Do some digging.
So I'm going to share our email. If you want to email and join our Discord, just send us a quick email and let us know why you're interested. We like to vet people. We don't want to know your personal information. We just want to make sure that you're a good-hearted person. We've had, like I said, some hackers come in. They deleted all of our videos. There's another YouTuber who I really want to say her name, but I won't do it. But she's not a good person.
That one?
Yeah.
Go for it. I already signed the petition.
Okay. So if you follow Critical K, she's just search Critical K YouTube, and you'll find
nice to other.
You'll find all the articles about comments that she's made that were unkind. She's personally reached out to me with just a lot of anger around interviews that we've done because it's her. She has to be requested permission to interview people. For me, if you're an investigator, regardless of whether you're formal or informal, paid or unpaid, you have the best interests of the family in mind, the missing person in mind, not how many views you get. So I couldn't care less if we got one person watching. If one person knows more about this case, great. If anyone we've interviewed wants to spread their wings and be interviewed by other people, they never need to ask us permission. That is their agency. So that's the way we operate here.
And I have to say that there's, the others, there's been another YouTuber, a channel that has been, she's gone through and digested and has some great thoughts and does rep us, and we really appreciate that greatly. She's very insightful. So
if anyone wants
I can't
to
remember her name.
I call it MM. I don't know if it's just
it's Monkey May.
Yeah,
Monkey Mar.
Monkey Mar.
Anyway, she was on our stream this morning, actually.
Yep. She was, and I was on hers today too.
And she was
a lovely person.
Yeah, we couldn't this isn't about view. Like I said,
we're
it's
all
not
in
about
for the same reason.
Exactly. None of us are being paid. We literally just care about the family, and like John said, we've made a commitment, and so I've posted our email there a couple of times. If you want our email again and the email gets lost somehow, I will also post it in the comments of this video after. And that is so sweet.
Yeah, and I reached out to her, Rachel.
You would be delighted. Mm-hmm. That is very, very kind. So
just let everybody know, I'm gonna go through my footage and my pictures from the 4th, and I was up there another day as well, but it was after the 4th. And I'm going to put it together, and we'll be able. I really, there was a lot more than I thought I had. So we have some on the previous lives, but there's a lot more. So I'm going to go through all that, and we'll get it together in the next day or so, and we'll get it out there.
And to answer your comment, Dawn
Everyone's
was
been trying to
texting
stop
me.
it.
Yeah, Dawn's been texting me today. Should I go to the landfill? Should I go right now? If I go right now, I think I can get back by 5. But then I'll hit
No,
traffic. And I'm like,
traffic.
girl, stay home. Don't do that to yourself
So,
now.
I will. They're going to be. They said they're going to be up there 7 to 10 days, and I plan on going up there. Most likely, I do have 2 people. Like I said, I lived there for 23 years, and I have 2 people that reached out to me just based off of our this morning's live, and they are more than willing to go for me. I might have a friend that's 10 minutes from there, so and she's like, "Oh, I'll go. I have nothing better to do." So I'm like,
Sounds like me.
Right.
Thank you. All right, guys.
We're still digging on the landfill thing.
I won't go alone,
Yeah.
Alex.
I'm sure
no
we'll
more,
have
no more
something.
going to dangerous places on your own.
No, I can't believe I did the Heidi. I can't believe I did the Heidi walk
I know.
by myself at night. Like,
I know. That's
now I
crazy.
look back and go, "Oh boy,
Yeah, that's a story to tell, but never again. Lesson learned.
I'm little, but I'm mighty."
You are mighty. I will tell everyone that much. Confirmed. All right,
All
guys.
right, I'm gonna jump off. Thank you,
Come on,
everybody,
Richard,
for your
fly out.
heartfelt work. Thank you to Trey and Heidi's family for being supportive in our
We love you,
investigation.
Trey.
We send all of our love and thoughts and sympathy through a very difficult
Chad,
time.
and your brother.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I said Trey, their whole family.
Chad,
Like,
yeah, the whole family, and
even
Vaughn,
Jim,
Evan, and
Vaughn,
Jim, and
like,
Maria, and Danielle, and
yep, Maria, all of them.
yeah,
It's got to be such a huge.
hard day. It's a hard day for
for
anybody
everybody.
who has followed this, and
Yeah.
particularly the ones close, her friends.
And I have to say, I'm not going to say her name, but there is somebody that knows Heidi that I'm just going to say I used to see her pretty much on a daily basis and touch base with her, and she's really having a hard time too, and she's been very concerned, and she cared about Heidi a lot. So just kisses to everybody, and hugs all the way around, and just so you know, we're not going to stop.
Yeah.
We're not done.
I know.
Whatever you believe in, I don't care. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. But send your thoughts. I
Oh,
truly
sorry, I said
believe.
prayers.
Well, yeah, thoughts and prayers. However you want to. I think they're the exact same thing. If you're putting that out into the world, it's got to be a good thing. It's like flashing a smile. If one person sees it, if one person feels that, it can make
There is
someone's
power and faith, regardless of what it's to.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
We'll leave it at that.
Anybody has anything, please reach out to us.
Yes.
We appreciate any information.
Discord, Facebook. The Facebook page was linked out, right? I should have grabbed that
Actually,
link beforehand.
yeah. Well,
yeah, our Facebook page. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll do it.
I need to
It's
get
like
my butt over
totally
there
behind
and
on it.
start working with you on that one.
Yes,
so that
please,
you have
Allie.
some relief.
all right, guys.
Have a great
Well,
night, everybody.
We'll be on soon again. But thanks
Talk
for
to you
joining.
guys very, very soon.
My heart out.
Love you all.